Yeah, I hope audio and video are clear. Let me know. Yeah. So, Ahmedabad, Kerala, among Time magazine's list of world's greatest places 2022. They have released this list just 2 days before. So, last year, uh, the tourism industry was hot hit. Of course, not only last year, since 2.5 years, the tourism industry is hard hit. Why? Because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, not only in India, throughout the world. So now, so what happened slowly, as most of the people got vaccinated. Now they are not having any fear to move outside their houses. So automatically, they are enjoying their tours. So this magazine has given the list of top 50 destinations all over the world. So in that, Ahmedabad and the state Kerala got the place. Okay, yeah. Ahmedabad city and the state of Kerala have been listed by Time magazine among the 50 extraordinary destinations to explore in its list of world's greatest places of 2022. As persistent as the challenges of life in 2022 is the hope that understanding and human connection can be found through travel. Yes, human connection is can be found only through traveling. See, the reason is there will be exchange of cultures, okay, and even these tourists will also create huge market for hospitality industry, and also even we have discussed in the earlier classes. Our central government is trying to encourage the sale of the local handicrafts at the important tourist destination. We have discussed in the last class. Yeah, world travelers are again hitting the road and the skies. The hospitality industry is reopening and excited to safely welcome them and revitalize local communities. Okay, it said that as India's, even we have discussed last day the steps taken by the government of India to encourage the tourism industry. Maybe last week or maybe last but 1 week. Okay, yes. Now, World Heritage City, Ahmedabad. It said that as India's first UNESCO's World Heritage City, Ahmedabad boasts both ancient landmarks and contemporary innovations that made it a mecca for cultural tourism. From the serene Gandhi ashram, Gandhi established his ashram at Ahmedabad only. Okay, on the bank of river, Sabarmati. Okay, you people know that. So Ahmedabad, even Ahmedabad is a place where I think, if I am not wrong, Gandhi was born. Okay, yeah, and on the banks of Sabarmati River to Navratri, a vibrant 9 day celebration. Yes, this Gujarat is also famous for the, celebration of Navratri. And if I am not wrong, I told you in the earlier classes, even I could not remember the exact dance. Which dance is performed in Gujarat on the occasion of Navratri? I told in our routine classes. Okay, not in the, YouTube, through our app, and even for also our offline students. We have discussed, my dear online students, which dance is performed on the occasion of Navratri. Okay, nobody from online side. Dandiya wrong, Andi. So it is Garba. It is Garba. So they will place Diya in a pot and they will dance around that. We have discussed that. Okay. It is Garba. Yes, Bhagavati. Few people are able to answer. Okay. So that question was also asked in the examination. Now, 9 day celebration billed as the longest dance festival in the world. You remember this? So it is considered as the longest dance festival in the world. So you have to remember. And I told you the dance, on this eve, Garba dance is performed. it aided that Ahmedabad's Gujarat Science City, a sprawling entertainment center and theme park, unveiled three major attractions last year, including a 20-acre nature park to educate the public on local flora, as well as provide new spaces for playing chess and practicing yoga. See, the places should attract the people. So, this Ahmedabad was able to attract the tourists. Okay? Yes. Now, like Tirupati will attract the, pilgrims all over the world. There is also a new interactive robot gallery that celebrates innovation in robotics and features a towering replica of a transformer. Of course, you know, many people are associated with the Ahmedabad. The famous Dandi March of Mahatma Gandhi was also started from the Sabarmati Ashram on March 12, 1930, by which civil disobedience movement was initiated. Okay? Yes, my dear. Just I want to show you some other important things of Ahmedabad. You know, this is the logo of State Bank of India. Everybody know that because it is one of the oldest bank and now it is the largest PSU. Of course, it is the largest nationalized bank. This is the logo of SBI. The logo of State Bank of India is a blue circle with a small cut in the bottom, which depicts perfection and the common man. The logo was designed by the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. The logo is a depiction of Kankaria Lake if seen from a height. So this lake, Kankaria Lake, is also in the Ahmedabad. So such kind of things you can remember very easily because whenever you move on the roads, you will somewhere in the other form you will encounter this symbol. Maybe at SBI ATMs or on the bank's name board, or even if the bank gives the advertisement, you can see this logo. Anybody know this before this? Okay, even I too don't know until morning 4:45. And of course you and I know what you know. Okay, yes, my dears. Okay, Garba and Dandiya also, but Garba is the important dance of that state. Of course, they may perform Dandiya also, but Garba is having some connection with with that festival. Ahmedabad is also known as Manchester of the East or Boston of India. In the beginning of 20th century, textile industry did not improve much. After First World War and the independent movement led by Mahatma Gandhi, the industry has improved further. The title as Manchester of East and Boston of India was given to Ahmedabad by major industrialists Ambalal Sarabhai and Kasturba Lalbai. Kasturbai Lalbai. So it is also called as Manchester of East and also Boston of India. Of course, it is associated with many events, and even it is said that the old name of Ahmedabad is Karnavati. Karnavati was a queen, and later it Islam ruler will change it to the Ahmedabad, honoring the 4 or 5 Sufi saints whose name starts or ends with the Ahmad. Okay, yes, just this is with regard to the importance of Ahmedabad. Now see, of course, in the morning also, Amareshwar sir touched this concept. Platform of platforms under the National Agricultural Market. So actually, you are having the NAM and again ENAM. Okay? What is ENAM? What is ENAM? How it functions? Of course, we'll also move to the platform of platforms. Don't worry about that. But what is ENAM? And what is its important aim or its objective? Anybody? Okay, Nandi. So nobody is sure what is happening in the ENAM. Okay. Okay. So you know, farmers will sell their commodities. farmers will sell their commodities in the markets, okay? And in North India, these markets are called as mandis, okay? You are having, for that purpose, you are having a concept called as APMC. What is APMC? Agricultural Produce Market Committee. So this point you have to remember. This is syllabus for our state service and also UPSC mains. Yes, it is syllabus for our Telangana and also AP. See, Telangana, AP, everything is common. Only for mains, for Telangana mains, they are having 6 papers, and AP people are having 5 papers. So we wanted to reduce a little bit of fees for AP people for group 1 mains, and because Telangana 6 papers, AP 5 papers. It is grave injustice if you take the same amount. So we will reduce for them. I think only few people are from Andhra here. We got no Jagan. Okay. Sorry. Yes. ठीक है, no issue, Andy. Now, what is APMC, Agricultural Produce Market Committee? And it is guided by the rules and regulations of the state government. That point you have to remember. So, what happens in APMC is there will be a series of shops who are called as the commission agents. And in these shops, this farmer will dump his commodity. This farmer and this commission agent was having some sort of relation. This commission agent will lend the money to farmer, give fertilizer for farmer. This system is common throughout the country, called by different names, that's all. Yeah. So here what happens, in these mandis or in these shops, early morning, there starts a process called as auctioning process. So the farmers' commodities will be auctioned. So, and this auctioning process is supervised by the government authorities, that market committee authorities. Okay, you will have a officer, supervisor, and he will see that the farmer's interest is not deprived. Okay, then what happens, sometimes the local trader is not interested to purchase the commodity, or the farmer is not getting the price which is available in the nearby market, maybe 200 kilometers away. The price is very changed. Even if you deduct transportation costs also, even farmer will get benefit if farmer sells his commodities to the trader in the adjoining market. So what the farmer will do when the farmer commodity is not sold in a particular market where he has dumped his commodity, then he will take the sample and he will place that sample in the electronic national agricultural marketing. What happened, based on that sample, bidding process will start online. Automatically farmer will get good price. But it is not as easy as we are discussing here, or as easy as we are telling on the digital board. Because by seeing the picture, you cannot assess the quality of the commodity. By seeing a photo, can you tell what is the attitude of a person? No, it is not possible. In the same way, just by seeing the picture, the trader cannot assess the quality of the commodity. So, though for some commodities it is going on well, but for some commodities it is not working well. Or, of course, whatever may be the case, it is doing some sort of justice for the farmers. Now, I think everybody understood what is the importance of ENAM. If a farmer is unable to sell the commodities or is produced in the nearby mandi, then he can sell his commodity by placing the same sample online on the online platform, and some other trader will come and they will bid and they will get the commodity. That is one thing. Now, what is platform of platforms? Now, in the recent days, at a meeting at Bangalore, okay, maybe 2 days ago, our agriculture minister, Union Agriculture Minister Sri Narendra Singh Tomar, launched the platform of platforms under the National Agricultural Market ENAM. What is platform of platforms and how it will be helpful for the farmer? Now we are talking about only farmer and the trader here. What is platform of platforms? Like, see now, take the example of our students, few of our students. As soon as our mains class is completed, they will just open their mobile and they will book the Ola Auto. If Ola is not available, Uber is not available, Rapido, and of course, I don't know still whether there are any other platforms or not. Are you able to understand? So in the same way, now take the example of Zomato. It is a platform to cater your needs of your stomach. Swiggy, okay? Zomato, Swiggy, and IRCTC platform to book ticket online. To book ticket online. So in the same way, as you are having the various platforms to cater your needs, even this platform of platforms will, provide platforms like warehousing. Suppose a farmer is having 200 bags of the food grains, and in his house he cannot place that because of bad condition of his godown, or in the fear of insects, and in the fear of rodents. What they will do, they want to store his commodity, he want to store his commodity in the warehouse. So in this platform, the whereabouts of that warehouse and the price collected by that person is also made available. Now suppose he want to take that commodity from his village to that warehouse. Even there is a platform to hire a vehicle, that is even logistic support also. Suppose if there is any food processing organization, nearby, with that platform you will come to know whether that organization is in need of his raw material or not. Understand? So like your Amazon, just open the Amazon. If you want to purchase any cells, you will get n number of sellers. This person 99 rupees, this that person 980. So platform of platform will cater the needs of farmers with regard to logistics, and also warehouses, market, food producers organization, availability of fertilizers. Okay, so automatically, definitely, it will serve the farm community. Now, what is the practical problem? Digital illiteracy. Even earlier, I I never used the laptops or computers earlier, but now we are surviving only because of laptop and computer, and because of our application. VALI is the learning app. If not over, because everybody wanted to sit in the sofa, sit on divan, and sleep on their beds, and watch the class. Nobody is interested to sit in front of me. Okay, okay, yes. So you try to remember what additions are made to the enam. So platform of platforms. Various online platforms are available which are needed for the farming community. Automatically, now even including the quality certification of its commodity can be attained through platform of platforms. You are having food safety and security, sorry, food safety and FSSAI. What is the full form of FSSAI? Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Okay, Authority of India. Okay, yeah. So even you will have connectivity with this FSSAI also. Okay. So what I mean to say is, like you people, if you want to stay in the class after, if you want to stay in the institute after the completion of this class, and you forgot to bring your lunch box, no tension for you people. You are having Zomato, Swiggy. In the same way, farmer needs has to be catered in the same way. That is the reason of this. This implementation of this platform of platforms. But the problem is how far the farmers will use that, and how many farmers are having the connectivity of internet, and how many farmers are having the smartphone. And the major problem in India is all our farmers are having the small land holdings. So the small landholding farmers will produce very less quantity of commodity, and with this less quantity of commodity, you cannot all the way travel hundreds of kilometers. That is the problem. So this thing will be successful when all these small holding farmers will unite and form a cooperative or union. Automatically, they will get the bargaining power when they have more commodity in their hands. Are you able to understand? So mains people, so they can write directly in the mains. What are the steps taken by Government of India to address the issues in the farming community? Okay. Yes, my dears. So that is with regard to this concept. No need to study this. I had explained already practically. Now, International Rice Research Institute. You know, it is located in the at the Philippines. I mean Manila, or very near to Manila in Philippines. Now, because the country is having a lot of production of rice, automatically there is Rice Research Institute. So this institute is having MOU with the Indian Institute, and that is located at Varanasi to involve in the R&D, and it is first such center which is located away from the Philippines in the world. That point you have to understand. Like you are having the World Health Organization's traditional medicines research center outside WHO headquarters. Where in India it is located, Madam Chandrika Gar. Hmm? Yes. Yes. Jamnagar in Gujarat, which we have discussed in the last class also. Okay. Now, International Rice Research Institute. MOU signed between the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and the International Rice Research Institute, IRRI. Try to remember, the MOU is between IRRI and the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and the International Rice Research Institute, IRR. Details of the MOU. The MOU is regarding the commencement of phase 2 activities of IRRI South Asia Regional Center to scale up the existing partnership for food and nutrition security in the South Asia region. See, even maybe 20 days ago or 10 days ago, UN chief also said that the world is facing the food crisis. No doubt in it. We are seeing the problems of our neighbor, that is Sri Lanka. Of course, morning even sir has discussed with regard to the crisis in Sri Lanka. And early morning in the paper, there was news saying that there are 7 countries which are very, having problems very near to the problem of Sri Lanka. Understand? So food is very important. Without food, nothing will move. Okay. So to see that our South Asian countries will not face the problem of food, this IRRI has made a MOU with the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. What is the reason? What is the reason? Because India is having the world's largest area under agriculture, and means India is having the world's largest cultivable land. And the second thing is, and India is having suitable climate to practice the cultivation of paddy. And you know, India is one of the leading producer of paddy, and because of the climatic reasons, and the Indian climate is some states climate is more suitable for the cultivation of the paddy. And even the advantage of paddy is in most of the states the paddy is grown in 3 seasons in a year, which are called by Aman, Us, and Boro, which we have discussed in our routine geography classes. If you are able to remember very hardly. Okay. Yes. Yes. The MOU is regarding the commencement of phase 2 activities of IRRI South Asia Regional Center to scale up the existing partnership for food and nutrition security in the South Asian region. See, nutrition. What is the meaning of nutrition? The food consumed by us should give the required vitamins and also required calorific value. If somebody will have only 1 or 2 pieces of kaju, will it meet your day's requirement? No, you want a bunch of boxes to attain the same. Okay? Yes. Okay. Now, the IRRI South Asia Regional Center is a regional facility that supports research collaboration, training and service provision to institutions scientists and other stakeholders from India and other South Asian and African nations. See, R&D is very important. Because of R&D only, we are having the Green Revolution, which was started in the world context in 1960 and Indian context in 1966. And because of that only, the wheat production in India has increased abnormally. From a deficit to, we are having surplus wheat production, and even we are in a position to supply to 50% of the country's requirement. Of course, but now we have stopped the exports. But in course of time, as soon as our new crops come, so once again we may export in course of time, because we cannot store the wheat for more time. Okay. Yes. Now, many things. Take the example of concept of fortification. It is because of R&D. What is the meaning of fortification? Adding the desired nutrients, or I mean desired vitamins. Yes. Now, you remember this place. It is located in Varanasi and was established through an agreement between Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and IRRI Philippines. ISARC is the first research center of the IRRI to be established outside of its headquarters in the Philippines that we are hosting. So we should feel proud of that. And about IRRI, the International Rice Research Institute is an international agricultural research and training organization with its headquarters in Las Banas, Laguna in the Philippines, and offices in 17 countries. It was established in 1960. IRRI is the world's premier research organization dedicated to reducing poverty, hunger, and malnutrition through rice science. No doubts in it. Okay. Now, see, in course of time, Green Revolution was also applied to the rice. In which year, in the Indian context, we have applied Green Revolution to the paddy? Yes, 1970 and 1970. And even we are having abnormal production of paddy. And again, what happened? Because of extension of irrigation, because of availability of electricity in most of the villages, now we are having at least 2 crops of paddy in a year. So last class I told you, when I was dealing with the just demography, from 1950 to today, that is 2022, our agricultural production has increased from 50 million tons to 300 million tons, even beyond the increase in the population level. We have discussed, and again I told you that even last year, the India's horticultural achievement, or horticultural production, which includes vegetables and fruits, was more than the food grain production, because they are substitutes for our food. If you are in the forest, you can survive for even 20-30 days. How if there is availability of fruits? Even you can also survive for years also. Who knows? Yes, by consuming fruits, you can survive. And of course, there will be animals. Even you people will also consume that animals also. Okay? Yes. No issue. And now, so when you come to the national farming, so some or other day, at least once in month, this concept will be seen as the headlines in many newspapers. National farming. The Indian Prime Minister addressed a national farming conclave organized in Surat, Gujarat. Speaking at the event, the Prime Minister highlighted the Surat model of national farming. The local bodies in Surat had selected 75 farmers from every panchayat and handholded them with training and other resources related to national farming. Consequent to this effect, more than 40,000 farmers in 550 panchayats have become involved in national farming. Okay, now of course we have discussed the importance of national farming even in the earlier class also. See, one thing, national farming is sustainable. Why? We are not using any artificial things like chemical fertilizers. Okay, it is sustainable. We are using the things which are available in our nearer proximity and vicinity, like cow dung. And you are having the pioneer of the zero based farming, that is Subhash Palekar, and Jeevamrita. with the help of 8 kg of cow dung, and by mixing it with the cow urine and also jaggery and other ingredients, he will make a compost which can give fertility for 1 acre of land. Okay? Yes. So natural farming makes use of naturally available automatically ingredients, and even they will not alter the pH of the soil. The problem with the chemical fertilizers is in course of time they will alter the pH of the soil. When the pH of the soil is altered, then that soil will not be suitable for many of the crops to be cultivated. That is the problem with that. So when you are going for the natural farming, no question of any alteration of the pH. The avoidance of chemical influence in the case of natural farming will help protect the quality of the soil and its productivity. And healthy food option, because there is no involvement of chemicals. So no question of any chemical residues in the food grains which we are consuming. And even I told you several times, the case of Eluru in Andhra Pradesh, many people became ill health, and even they were behaving in a unique manner. Then the All India Institute of Medical Sciences initiated an inquiry, and they have concluded that there is abnormal chemical residues in the vegetables and the milk consumed by those people. Of course, nowadays also what we are consuming is more chemicals than less natural. Only they will say natural fair cream. It will be never be natural. Okay? Yes. Now, economic prosperity. How the natural farming will improve the economic standards of farmer? Because the cost of inputs will be reduced. Cost of inputs will be reduced, and the second thing is the practice of agriculture will be sustainable. If any business is sustainable, then he can sleep in a fair manner. If that is not sustainable, then he will come into the debt trap. Economic prosperity. The cost incurred in natural farming is lower for the farmers. Also, given the fact that the products of natural farming get higher prices in the market, the farmers will have higher incomes. There is no doubt in it. All the organic items which are sold in the supermarket are at least with the label of organic. Whether they are organic or not, only God knows. But still, as when they sell, of course, there are many outlets which are selling the genuine organic items. Like in Hyderabad, you are having of course, there may be many organizations. I'm not opposing them, but one organization in the name of Raitu Nestam is genuine. 80% they will use only organic fertilizers, because when we purchase the commodities or the ingredients for that, so from that supermarket and other, there is lot of change in the taste also, color, everything is changed. Okay, yes. And the item which is having the label of organic automatically will earn more money. And now, measures taken by the government, central government in this line is the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas scheme. What is Paramparagat? Traditional farming. Paramparagat means traditional farming. Earlier, they never used the chemical fertilizer. They used only organic farming. But why we were forced to use the chemical fertilizers? Because initiation of green revolution forced us to use the chemical fertilizers. And again, because of population pressure, we were forced to involve in intensive farming. What is the meaning of intensive farming? We are using the same land. To grow more and more crops in a year. So as we are not giving the time for that land to regain its fertility naturally, automatically we are adding. Suppose, take the example of, see, when I visit the doctor, he will ask me to consume daily 1 tablet of B12 or Zincovit or A to Z. He will say that you are vegetarian, you consume 1 multivitamin tablet. That's all. It is not natural. It is a chemical intake. So what we are doing, as we are involved in the intensive farming, automatically we are forced to use the chemical fertilizer, especially the green revolution. It is one of the ill effect of green revolution that usage of chemical fertilizers has increased. And we are having shortage of the nitrogenous fertilizers and phosphatic fertilizers. What we are doing? we are importing from the foreign countries. Automatically, we are losing the valuable foreign exchange. And you know what is happening what is happening with our rupee in relation to dollar? It is becoming weak. And now I think it is historical low. వచ్చిందా నేను మొన్న చెప్పాను వస్తాను గుర్తుందా మీకు I told you వచ్చేసింది yes so now they are saying that it is 80 so it is very bad as far as Indian economy is concerned because we are the net importers of the commodity. Early morning you need petrol to come to the institution or some people need electricity or even LPG. Even if you want to consume anything in the morning, gas is very important. Okay, yes, ठीक है. Now and Namami Ganga project. See, actually Namami Ganga project is nothing but the waters of this river became unsuitable for the practice of the cultivation also. So I told you in the last class, by using one method, they are purifying this Ganga water and using for the agriculture. Last 2 classes I repeated that. I want the answer from the online student. Which method? Okay, only one answer from online and of course many answers from the offline. And Sichwal method. Sichwal is the name of the village. I told you Sichwal method. So it is how you people are studying. Okay, only one person from online is able to answer. Of course, here more people know that, and even if one knows also, they will transfer the same to the adjoining close friends, and that is the problem with these people. Okay, no issue. Now, quality assurance system for certification of produce of natural farming. So, authorities are certifying that yes, it is a crop grown with the organic fertilizers. Automatically, that crop will fetch the excellent money. Now, the future of the farmer lies in the success of the farmer with regard to his natural farming. No doubt in it. In course of time, farmer will guide the economy of India. No doubt in it. Okay? Yes. So many schemes are there now. See, 4 days ago, there was abnormal rainfall in the Amarnath area. Earlier, we had that kind of problem in the Uttarakhand also. Okay, and even we have discussed this cloud burst in our routine disaster management classes. Of course, many new faces are here rather than old faces. So even once again we will discuss this cloud burst in our disaster management subject. So actually, what is meant by the cloud burst? Okay, so cloud burst is nothing but sudden rainfall in a short period. Sudden rainfall in a short period. What happened suddenly? Everything will get blocked automatically. If there is any river by the side of our settlement, and the settlement will be in the river rather than on the land, even it will not give us any time to escape or keep away from that disaster. It is the reason why many people died, and even whereabout of many persons are not known till today. That is the cloud burst. Don't get confused with the cloud burst. And even last week throughout Telangana and Andhra, of course, many parts of India witnessed the rainfall. That is not cloud burst. It is because of the cyclone we encountered the torrential rainfall, continuous drizzling. Like few people, just they will keep the book in front of them. That's all. And what happened to clouds? They have just dumping the water on your head. Okay. In our childhood days, we used to do that. Whenever we used to, when we were in the tuition, what we used to do? We used to give book in front of us. That's all, and we used to enjoy. Okay, so don't get confused with the torrential rainfall and the cloud burst. And cloudburst is associated with which type of cloud? That such kind of questions you may encounter. Cloudburst is associated with which type of cloud? Which Jagan? So cumulonimbus cloud. Okay, and it is associated with the thunderstorm also. Okay, so this cloudburst is mainly seen in the mountainous region, and I told you in our routine classes how our southwest monsoon mechanism works to give rainfall in many parts of India. See, whenever the moisture laden winds are moved upwards as they are obstructed by the hills, what happened whenever these clouds move upward? They are subjected to a cooling effect. Why they are subjected to cooling effect? What is that phenomena we call online students? I hope your audio and video are clear. Are you able to follow? What is that phenomena called? Yes, yes. The phenomena is called as the lapse rate. When we move upwards by 1000 meters, the drop in temperature is 6.5 degrees centigrade. So automatically, what happened to this moisture? They will get condensed. They will get condensed and cause rainfall. So you know Amarnath is surrounded by the hills. Okay, so automatically they encountered this disaster, and many people died. So you have to remember, cloudburst is nothing but sudden rainfall, 10 centimeters of rainfall in a span of less than 1 hour. Last maybe in 2016 or 17, yes, 16, KPHB witnessed 10 centimeters of rainfall in a span of 24 hours. But still it created a lot of havoc. 24 hours, 10 centimeters, it created a lot of havoc. But if it is 10 centimeters for 1 hour, you can imagine. Okay? Yes. Okay. So I hope everybody understood practically what is cloudburst and why it is seen near the mountains. Because, and I told you in our routine classes, what type of rainfall is this called when the moisture load and winds are obstructed and lifted by the mountains. What type of rainfall it is called, my dear online students? Yes, yes, yes. Only one answer and n number of answer from offline students. And today offline students are active. Only three answers, four answers. Orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall. Understand? Yes. Now, okay. Cloudburst near Sri Amarnath cave killed around 16 people with many missing. Cloudbursts are short duration, intense rainfall events over a small area. It is different from natural rainfall only in the amount of rainfall received over a given area. According to the IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, not meteorology, meteorological. What is meteorology? What is meteorology? What is meteorology? Metrology is a study of not metals and weights and measures. Okay? Department of Legal Metrology, weights and measures. Okay? Yes, my dears. According to the IMD, it is a weather phenomena with unexpected precipitation exceeding 100 mm per hour, 10 centimeters per hour over a geographical region of approximately 20 to 30 square kilometers. Even generally, it will be in a small area. Mountainous regions are more prone to cloudbursts than plain areas, although they also occur in deserts and in interior regions of continental land masses, but they are frequent in the mountainous areas. You try to remember that. Yes. Now, the Himalayan regions are prone to this because of their topography. What is topography? Elevation, etc. Geology, propensity for tectonic activity, but here the more important thing is the topography. Okay. Cloudbursts are generally associated with thunderstorm. Cloudbursts occur when moisture-rich air travels up a mountainous region. Why? I told you, when the moisture-rich air travels up, what happened? It is subjected to condensation because of the concept called as lapse rate. When we move upwards by 1,000 meters, the drop in temperature is 6.5 degrees centigrade. Why Shimla is cold? Because it is at higher elevation. Take the example of Bangalore and Madras. Bangalore and Madras are lying on the same latitude, but Bangalore will be colder compared to the Madras. Why? Because Bangalore is located at the higher altitude. All our now take the example of Annaimudi. Annaimudi. Annaimudi is the highest peak in the Western Ghats, and in the Kerala there are many resorts which are located in the Western Ghats. Just now we have discussed Kerala and Ahmedabad, why they are in the list of the 50 top destinations of 2022, because Kerala hosts many tourist spots and even houseboats, etc. Many festivals also, local festivals. Okay, yes. Okay. Now, forming a vertical column of clouds known as the Cumulonimbus Cloud. You try to link that. Cloudbursts are a result of cumulonimbus clouds. Now, these clouds usually cause rain, thunder, and lightning. This upward movement of clouds is also known as orographic lift. Just now we have discussed the rainfall caused because of the wind subsided by the mountains is called as the orography. Yes. So these kind of things they will appear in the examination. You have to remember. You, of course, you can watch this video afterwards in your laptop also, in your desktop also, because it is not in our app. Our app cannot be accessed in our laptop or desktop. This you can access anywhere. And as soon as you try to access our app in other device, what happens? Your app will get disconnected, and we will get a notice that so and so boy is bad boy. Don't give access to that person. Okay? Yes, my dears. ठीक है. Now International Day of Cooperatives 2022. All you need to know about history and significance. Actually, when you come to the cooperatives, its slogan is one for all and all for one. Not only in the world, even in India also, these cooperatives are having a lot of achievements. Take the example of Amul. It is one of the largest cooperative society in the world with lakhs of farmers. Okay, and Amul, I think even Amul butter, etc., is also sold outside country also. Definitely. So these cooperatives, though they are engaged in a small area, say for Gujarat, but they are having markets even beyond our country. And even sugar industries are also successful. Take the example of a small union in a village. They are also producing many items. So, these cooperatives are in the state list. And we have discussed in our routine classes, as these cooperatives came under the clutches of the politicians, and when they became undemocratic, when the cooperatives came into the hands of money and muscle power without connecting the elections in time, then what happened? Our government of India has reserved for a constitutional obligations through which amendment the cooperatives were given the constitutional mandate. Which amendment, my dear online students? Which amendment? 97th amendment. Of course, many people answered, Andy. 97. Yes. So we will go into the history. The cooperative, see, whenever you are a member in the cooperative society, all persons will have the equal say. It is the best example of, just democracy. A best example of egalitarian society. And a best example to keep away from the economic concentration. Instead of one person becoming rich, all will become rich. Now, what is happening? The problem not only in India, throughout the world is the problem of the economic concentration. Problem of the big companies following all the small companies. Last night, I was into a big supermarket. I don't want to name that. Okay. The discount on a vest, what you call that banian, the discount on popular brand banian was 20%. 20%. Outside, nobody will give you even 1 rupee less price than the MRP, but 20%. Automatically, they will get the market share. And nowadays, every person is having the vehicle. Though that shop is away from his house, maybe by 2 or 3 kilometers, what he will do? He will add some other goods and go to that shop and purchase. So what happened? All the small vendors, they cannot survive in course of time. Take the example of online platforms. You know how they are giving discount. Definitely, the price which you are getting online is less than the price which is available in our nearby market. No doubt in it. So these cooperative societies will also put an end to the economic concentration. And what again, as these are involved in the in a scattered manner, all regions will develop. But generally nowadays, what is happening in the absence of cooperative societies? Only urban areas are getting prospered and rural areas are getting deprived or just divided of the growth. Okay? Yes. Within 2 minutes, I will study. Just try to understand. The cooperative movement is democratic and locally autonomous. Everybody will have the say in that. At the same time, cooperatives are integrated at the global level. Why? Just now I told you, Amul, even though it is a cooperative society, it is having markets for its commodities outside the country also. Many items, global level as an organization of associations and enterprises where citizens rely on self-help to meet social, environmental, and economic objectives. See, even environmental objectives, we are also having Vana Samrakshana Samitis in Telugu region with the aim of conserving the forest cover. Okay? Yes. International Day of Cooperatives is marked annually on the first Saturday of July. Try to remember this. First Saturday of July. This year, the day will be observed on 2nd July to highlight the contributions of the cooperative movement. The occasion also spreads awareness about how cooperatives work in harmony for social, cultural, and economic development. History. The United Nations General Assembly passed the resolution on 16 December 1992 to declare the first Saturday of July 1995 as the International Day of Cooperatives. You remember this because they will give the statement. So the first Cooperatives Day was celebrated in July 1995. That is first Saturday of July as the International Day of Cooperatives. The date was chosen as it marked the centenary of the International Cooperative Alliance's establishment. It is also called Co-ops Day. The International Day of Cooperatives celebrates the formation of the International Cooperative Alliance and how cooperatives work towards making the world a better place. The International Day of Cooperatives is celebrated by organizing activities and discussions. This involves the screening of short documentaries, films that feature the work of different cooperatives. They will show the movies or short documentaries to give motivation for others. But you people, you will get motivation instantaneously and lose motivation more than that instantaneously. That will not fetch you anything. Okay? Yes. The day also uses radio programs, newspapers, and various other mediums to highlight the achievements of the sector. Just now we were talking about the Amul and even many sugar industries and Telangana Fisheries Cooperative Department. There are n number of cooperatives which are having successful. Lijjat Papat is also a cooperative society. AP Girjan Honey is also a cooperative society, a tribal cooperative society. Okay? Yes. Despite their focus at the community level, though they are working at village level, take the example of Amul, they are having the international market. Cooperatives aspire to bring the benefits of their economic and social model to people all over the world. According to them, Inequality of resources compounded by globalization needs to be governed by a set of values to result in a more sustainable distribution of wealth. Just now I told you, compounded by globalization, everything in the hands of multinational companies. Say, if you go to any supermarket, can you find a item manufactured by a local cooperative society? No, rarely. You may find only AP Girjan honey. Leaving that, take the example of any biscuit which is available in big malls, not from a local vendor, all from the MNCs. Okay? Yes. The cooperative movement is democratic and locally autonomous. At the same time, cooperatives are integrated. Of course, we have discussed that there is no need to hammer once again and once again. That is with regard to the cooperatives, International Day of Cooperatives. Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar campaign. So it is nothing but to have a clean coast. We should see that coasts are not subjected to throwing up the garbage, especially plastics. You know what happened? These plastics, of course, for that reason only, the government of India has banned the single-use plastic. Okay, so coast. So if you put garbage, what happens? It will cause lot of harm to the marine organisms. Because of this single-use plastic, many marine organisms are subjected to the death. Okay, yes. Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar campaign would be launched to celebrate International Coastal Cleanup Day. India has a coastline of more than 7,500 kilometers if you consider islands and the mainland India. It is in Pacific 7512 or 7516 based on different agencies of government, 7512 kilometers or 7516. Now, India has a rich marine history with marine activities dating back to the age of Rig Veda, because there is saying in the Rig Veda with regard to the fishing. You know, take the example, leave Rig Veda, take the example of Indus Valley civilization, which is more older than the Rig Veda. In the Indus Valley civilization, we have found the fish hooks. And in the Indus Valley civilization, we have found many coins of other civilization. So they were able to trade, with the help of the only ships and using the oceans. So even we are having this history dating back to the older than Rig Veda, that is Indus Valley civilization. Further, the Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after a country, no doubt in it. However, the plastic litter, mainly due to land-based activities, tourism and fishing, has been polluting the coast, seas and ocean, which is posing a serious threat to the marine ecosystem. The Union government, along with various voluntary organizations, will run a cleanliness campaign, Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar, along the coast of the country. Okay, the campaign will start on 17 September 2022 on account of International Coastal Cleanup Day. Try to remember that. International Coastal Cleanup Day, September 17th. Okay, and which is celebrated every year on the third Saturday of September. First Saturday of July, International Cooperatives Day. Third Saturday of September, you are having the International Coastal Cleanup Day. This campaign will involve the Ministries of Earth Sciences and Environment, Forest and Climate Change, the Indian Coast Guard, the National Disaster Management Authority, and other social organizations and educational institutions. It will be the first of its kind and longest running coastal cleanup campaign in the world, with the highest number of people participating in it. Okay, now see, actually what is the problem with this plastic is government is unable to control the single-use plastic, because many people are manufacturing that. They cannot sit idle. Automatically, some or other way, they are dumping their single-use plastics in the market. The vendor will hide that plastic and they will pack the item and give it to you. Take the example of gutkas. Many state governments banned the gutka, that is tobacco chewing. But you can find that gutka everywhere without any difficulty. Only the problem is the consumer will get at a higher rate and they will not bother. Okay? Yes. The coastal cleanup drive will be carried out at 75 beaches across the country as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This year, whatever you do with 75. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Yes. Now, Operation Narcos. What is Operation Narcos? Only one sentence to answer, Andy. What is Operation Narcos? Why it is in news? Online students or offline students or any student? So, railway police, railway protection force or railway police is undergoing searches in the trains, and they are, nabbing or they are confiscating the narcotic drugs like marijuana or what you call, when doctor know that, opium, ganja. Okay, yes. The Railway Protection Force launched Operation Narcos in the month of June 2022. Operation Narcos. Railway Protection Force has been empowered to conduct search, seizure, and arrest under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985 since April 2019 and has been actively participating in restricting illegal trade. You try to remember this act. Whenever you are writing this, you can write in your mains examination this act. Okay. Under this operation, RPF has performed extremely well against the transporters of narcotics products through Indian Railways. In the month of June, RPF recovered various narcotic products worth rupees, more than 7 crores and has helped arrest over 160 individuals. You can see how intense drug trafficking is there. And even drug trafficking will also encourage the terrorism, illegal activities, crime. A person in an inebriated stage will involve in crime. You don't know who is sir, who is student. అర్థమైందా? Yes. Okay, no issue. Now, Udyami Bharat program. So, of course, when you come to the Udyami Bharat program, this program aim is to give impetus for the MSME sector, micro, small and medium enterprises. Because micro, small and medium enterprises are contributing a lot for the economy. They are considered as the engines of growth. Okay. And even, so before that, even you are having many employment guarantee schemes to boost the industries at local level. Every level should have the industry, not only in the urban centers. Okay. So micro, small and medium enterprises are scattered. Even, startups, even to encourage the startups also. Okay. Yes. Within 5 minutes, I will complete this topic and we will go for other topic. PM participates in the Udyami Bharat program. Just remember, Udyami Bharat aim is to give push to the MSME sector. During the program, the Prime Minister launched several initiatives for the MSME sector, raising and accelerating MSME performance, RAMP scheme, and capacity building of first-time MSME exporters. New features of Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, which was existing from long time. Raising and accelerating MSME performance scheme. The scheme aims to scale up the implementation capacity and coverage of MSMEs in the state with impact enhancement of existing MSME schemes. It has an initial outlay of 6,000 crores. So government want to support by rupees 6,000 crores in the first phase. It will complement the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan by fostering innovation, encouraging. What is the aim of Atmanirbhar Bharat? To have indigenous items. We have to rely more on indigenous than the imports. It is the main aim of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Yes. By encouraging ideation, incubating new businesses and entrepreneurship by developing quality standards, improving practices and processes, enhancing market access, deploying technological tools and industry. Yes. And capacity building of first-time MSME exporters. The scheme aims to encourage MSMEs to offer products and services of international standards for the global market. That these people are are arrested by government to have their cargo to, export the items or custom clearance, etc. Okay. This is expected to enhance the participation of Indian MSMEs in the global value chain and help them realize their export potential. See, when our country becomes saturated, automatically we have to export. Why? See, why China is exporting? If there is need of that commodities in their indigenous market or in their own market, why they will export? They will not export. But they are manufacturing more than the required. Every country is depending on China, including America also, you know. Yes. New features of Prime Minister Employment Guarantee Program. An increase in the maximum project cost rupees 50 lakhs from 25 lakhs. Means earlier, if the project cost was 25 lakhs, they used to give the subsidies. Now that has been increased to 50. What is the reason? Because the money has lost the purchasing capacity. Even with 50 lakhs, even you cannot get a small plot also. Where you will establish the industry? That is the problem. Now, an increase in the maximum project cost to 20 lakhs from rupees 10 lakhs in the service sector. Okay, it is manufacturing sector, it is service sector. They have increased the upper limit to give the subsidies. Earlier, beyond 10 lakhs, they were not giving the subsidy. Now, it has been increased to 20 lakhs in the service sector and 50 lakhs in the manufacturing. You know what is the difference between the service and manufacturing? We are into the service sector. What is manufacturing sector? Like manufacturing the books or pens or any item. Now, inclusion of applicants from aspirational districts and transgenders in the special category applicants for availing higher subsidies. You know, earlier transgenders were not having any benefits from government. Earlier in every application form, there was only male, female. Even if you want to reserve the seat for the seat in railways also, only male, female. Now you can find male, female, transgenders or others, if I am not wrong. అదర్స్ అంటే అర్థమైందా మీకు? ఓకే ఓకే ఎస్ నో ఇష్యూ అండి. హ్యాండ్లింగ్ సపోర్ట్ ఫర్ అప్లికెంట్స్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ all schemes are extended to the PMEGP. Okay, and you remember PMEGP is a central sector scheme initiated in the 2008. Its aim is to encourage the ministry. It is working under the aegis of Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Administer the program. The program is being implemented by the Khadi and Village Industries Commission at the national level. It is a single nodal agency for the implementation of the program. Which is a nodal agency for this program? KVIC. Whenever any program is initiated by KVIC, definitely it will be have a lot of impact in the rural areas, Khadi and Village Industries. Because why they want to encourage this? They want to see that every area develops. It will stop the migration to the urban areas. Okay? Yes. The scheme is being implemented through banks, district industry centers, state KVIC directorates and state Khadi and Village Industry Boards at the state level. District industry centers will have the officers who will assist the aspirants to know about the technology, where that machines are available. Every district will have district industrial center, and many engineers are involved in that. They will help. Okay, it is with regard to this program, and individuals, cooperatives, every person will get the benefit of this program. Okay, of course, I don't want to go in depth because it is a current affairs class, not the mains class. Okay, yes, my dears. Now, you know, in the last week in Tamil Nadu, they, once again raised the slogan of, Dravida Nadu. So, Dravidians, generally South Indians are called as the, Dravidians. So, these people from a long period, demanding a separate country. Even now, Tamil Nadu is saying that we should give us separate country. Why? Of course, Tamil Nadu is one of the fastest growing state. Even it is also contributing a lot for the Indian economy. See, what is the why these people are demanding so? They are demanding so, saying that, see, North India, South India. So, of course, they are saying These North Indian states have not took measures to control the population, whereas South Indian states took every measure to control the population. Suppose in future, if they allocate seats based on population, the number of seats in South India will decline, whereas in North India increase. It is a practical question. Now again, whenever the Finance Commission suggests, recommendation with regard to grants from center to state, they will consider population as the base. So again, the interest of South India is getting deprived. So because of these reasons, they are thinking that we are, losing our importance in this our central government. So they are, demanding the, separate country. And even they are saying that if a state is paying 4 rupees to the center, say in the form of taxes, Finance Commission is giving only say 2 rupees. So we are losing the 2 rupees. But it is not correct. Central government is also spending money. See, center is not having any separate state for them. They have to spend the money for all the states of the country. But what they will do based on recommendations of Finance Commission, the backward states will get more share. What these people are saying, we are giving more money, but we are getting less money. These backward states are giving, less money, getting more money from the center. Because our aim is to make complete India to attain a equal development. So this sort of thinking is like narrow-mindedness. Of course, I am not opposing that. As I am a teacher, I am forced to teach this. That's all. I am not opposing the ideas or aspirations of any people or any section of the society. But see how they will survive. Small countries. You know what happened to Sri Lanka. Okay, and even when Rajiv Gandhi, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, the then Honorable Prime Minister of India, sent the peacekeeping force to Sri Lanka. Again, they demanded, opposing the idea of Rajiv Gandhi sending the military to Sri Lanka to suppress the agitation of LGT, just Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. And and this started even before independence also. You are having the Justice Party and also Ramaswamy Nayakar and South Indian Liberation Front opposing the domination of Brahmins. And Ramaswamy Nayakar was the first person to have the idea of this Dravidian order. Okay? Yes. ठीक है. Now, Dravidian Nadu as a political idea was originally floated by Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy, who came up with the slogan Tamil Nadu for Tamils in 1938 in response to the plan to introduce compulsory learning of Hindi across India. Now, actually, before independence also, we had many educational committees. Hartong Committee, Sadler Committee, Hunters Commission. Even you are having the Macaulay Committee and also Woods Dispatch. And in 1938 also, we had our own committee, not the committee led by the British. What is the name of this committee? What is the name of the education put forward by the Indian nationalists in the 1938? Very important question. Anybody? Yes, Bhagavati. What the education scheme given by Dr. Zakir Hussain? Yes, what the education commission given by Dr. Zakir Hussain? Yes. So even now this Tamil Nadu is opposing the national education policy. National education policy is insisting all the states to have the Hindi as one of the as one of the language. What is wrong with that? It will act as a lingua franca. See, I am into business from my childhood days. I know Hindi very well. Even when I used to go to Maharashtra, I never faced any just difficulty with regard to communication. Even we used to purchase items from Calcutta and send goods to Calcutta also. We never faced any problem because we know Hindi very well, and we used to have 99% conversation in Hindi only, because we used to get goods from Maharashtra, West Bengal, etc. So it is not wrong. Okay, yeah. Initially, the demand for Dravid Nadu proponents was limited to Tamil-speaking region, but later it was expanded to include other Indian states with Dravidian language speakers in majority. Present-day Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Kerala, and Karnataka, which are South Indian states. Other names for the proposed sovereign state included South India, Deccan Federation, and Dakshinapad. Okay. Of course, as far as population is concerned, we are facing the injustice, especially South Indians. At various time periods, demand for Dravid Nadu can be interpreted differently. Sometimes it has meant greater devolution of powers to state. Yes. Why? Now the center is strong. You are having many committees like Sarkaria Committee, Punchi Committee, etc. to see that the center-state relations should not be infected, and what sort of things should be implemented for the smooth for the smooth functioning of the federation in India. You are having a lot of committees, Sarkaria, Punchi, etc. Now, what is background of Dravid Nadu? Before independence, the concept of Dravid Nadu had its root in the anti-Brahmanism movement in Tamil Nadu, with early demands of social equality and greater power and control. Yes, just now I told you, they opposed the Brahmins, saying that we are not having good representation, even though our number is more. In 1901, so British had the census based on caste. It revealed that backward class constitute more than 70% of population, but in politics and in government services, their representation was very less. However, over time, it came to include a separatist movement to demanding a sovereign state for the Tamil people. Sovereign state for Tamil people. In 1921, the Justice Party was the major political party backing this movement. At the time, the presence of Brahmins in the Madras government was disproportionately higher than the population in the state. In 1925, Periyar started the self-respect movement. He emphasized the distinct cultural identity of the Tamil nation, and he also opposed the Vedas, even Manudharma Shastra also. You know that we have discussed in our routine classes. In 1938, the Justice Party and self-respect movement came together, representing the measure of the party and the movement. In 1944, its new output was named as Dravidar Kalagam, we have discussed. Yes, now post-independence, in 1956, State Reorganization Act, which created linguistic states, weakened the demand further. But already you are having the states based on language. Just where is the need of the country? In the 1980s, a minor militant organization called Tamil Nadu Liberation Army revived the demand for Dravid Nadu when the Indian peacekeeping force was sent to Sri Lanka to suppress the liberation tigers of Tamil Elam, that Prabhakaran. Okay, in that period, maybe we were in the primary school, not even high school. Yeah, 8 years in 1980, only 8 years. Yes. What are the reasons for demanding a separate state? Linguistic factor. We want separate linguistic identity. Okay. Separate state, okay, no issue. But separate country is a bad idea. If everybody has separate country, then all our countries will be lined up by the side of Pakistan. One fine day, Pakistan will occupy Tamil Nadu, Pakistan will occupy Punjab, because Pakistan will get support from China. That's all. So not at all possible. Now see, Ukraine, Russia. Ukraine is a small country, and Russia is following Ukraine. Okay, so separate country is a bad idea, but every state's aspirations should be considered. That is very important. There should not be any partiality of center based on the politics. Suppose now at center you are having the BJP government, so they should not neglect the states which are ruled by the other parties. Okay, yes. Now take the example of Tamil Nadu. It is ruled by Stalin, who is against the BJP. Against means he does not belong to the alliance of the BJP. He belongs to the alliance of Congress. Okay. Now they continue to protest against the introduction of Hindi in education. Political factors. State autonomy has been one of the top political agendas of the political parties in Tamil Nadu, with its election manifestos beginning with the reference to federalism. Parties use a unique medium of propagation of its ideas through the Tamil film productions. So just Tamil language, Tamil language, Tamil language. Yes, very important. But first nation is important, then state is important. Without nation, can we survive? No. Take the example of COVID-19 situation. How nation work, how they got the vaccines to be vaccinated, to be done for everybody. COVID vaccine platform. And even in the last class also, I think Lakshmesh sir, discussed about the COVID and Bharat, some sort of issues with the UPSC prelims paper. Okay. Yes. Economic factors. There. See, just now I told you, every state says that we are giving more and getting less. Then who has to pay for the military who are safeguarding our country at the borders? We have to pay. Automatically, we will get less. And again, our government is seeing that all states in India will just develop. Backward states will get more funds. Okay? Yes. It is the second largest economy in India and contributes 8.8% to the national gross domestic product. And when you come to demographic factors, northern states have higher population growth than the southern states. Just now I told you. Why they are concerned about that? Because Finance Commission is making devolution of funds based on the population. So we took every step to minimize the population. So North Indians lacked that, or they are slow, comparatively slow. Population is one factor determining Finance Commission devolution, and the state-wise distribution of Lok Sabha seats was frozen on the population base of 1971 census. In this context, demographic divergence has led to the origination of subnationalism. You remember that is called as subnationalism. Having more inclination to our region is called as subnationalism. Southern states like Tamil Nadu feared substantial seat share in the Parliament of India that argued the separatist tendency. What challenges are associated with demand for a separate state? Paradox of issues. Autonomy of one state will open the box for other. When Telangana was given by the central government, there started demand from the Vidarbha and this North Karnataka, SKE region. Everybody were asking the separate states and you know, two small states are not feasible. Their economies are not supportive. Now take the example of Andhra and Telangana. Though they are in a good growth rate, but the debt has increased like anything. Faster than the growth, the debt has increased. Against constitutional provision, India is an indestructible union of states rather than just a mere federation. So it is against the constitution. Under Article 3 of the Constitution, the states have no right to secede from the union. Thus, the demand for autonomy of state is against the Constitution. So even you should not ask the, saying that we will go away from the country. It is not possible in India. In India, states can be distracted. One state can be made into two states. States are destructible, but the union is indestructible. You cannot alter the union. You cannot give one part to other country. Okay? Yes. What should be done? So, the central government should take steps to have effective civil services and all India services. And the central government should promote the cooperative federalism. It should not show partiality to one state and impartiality to other state. Then such kind of problems will end. According to the Sarkaria Commission's report on central-state relations, if the economic liberalization and development of state is undertaken in a planned manner, the separatist tendencies will be automatically controlled. And promotion of composite culture. See, take the example of Hyderabad, composite culture. Even if you know Hindi, you can live in Hyderabad very well. Even a person knowing Telugu may face problem in old city, but Hindi, no question of problem only. Okay. Now, and you have to initiate the programs, cultural activities to create oneness among the various among the people of various regions, and empowering the interstate council, cognizance of regional problems, and just devising solutions. Yes, you the government should address their problems to put an end to such kind of things. Thank you a lot. We will meet for this class next week. Thank you.